These two drum shop owners walk into a bar.
A professional drum shop with these two great personalities of Bob Yeager and Chuck Mulliner.
If you wanted to see, meet any studio drummer, you come to the Pro Drum Shop on Friday about 5 o'clock and you see all the cats in town.
Weasel Park, I got to know him very well when I went back to Cleveland. I worked with their group. And Weasel would tell me about Bob Yeager. I got a chance to hear Bob play with their group. And they were playing some kind of shuffle. Boy, it's the nastiest shuffle I ever heard.
A few months passed, and Bob met up with Chuck and told him about opening up a drum shop across the street from the Musicians Union, Local 47. Bob asked Chuck if he would join him, and he accepted.
The choice places have got right across from the Union, because in those days the Union was really roaring. I mean, they had business agents for every type of musician.
On June 1st, 1959, Professional Drum Shop opens its doors.
Bob surrounded himself with good musicians, and the color of your skin didn't matter. That's even more important. It didn't bother, because I noticed the pictures on the wall. He was playing with all kinds of people.
I happened to be in here a few times when Buddy was here and Yeager. Most people were really in awe of Buddy, which they should be, but not Yeager. I mean, he called him B for one thing. And Buddy would say, I just happened to know you for a long time, and that he says, I'm not into hanging around with drummers and drum shops,
And so I walk into the drum shop, and the first thing I see is this salty old bastard with the beard and the St. Louis Cardinals hat tipped off the back of his head with a cigarette looking at me like, who are you? And I proudly walked up and I said, hi, my name's Jeff Hamilton. I just got off Woody Herman's band, and I replaced Shelly Manne in the LA4 down here. And he goes, well, no shit.
The thing I always liked about this place is that you've got, some of the all-time greats up on the wall, legends, and you've got Buddy Rich's drum set sitting out there, which is amazing. When you walk in, you see Buddy Rich's drum set, it's like, it's like getting a look at Babe Ruth's bat. But amongst all those legends are also guys who, did a week with the Fifth Dimension at the Tropicana in 1966, and that may have been the end of their career, but they're on the wall. So, what's cool is that it's not just about superstars in this place. This is the professional drum shop.
Well, welcome back to Extraordinary Drummers. Today I had the pleasure of being with my dear friend Stan from the Professional Drum Shop. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
All right, and yourself? Make sure you can see yourself in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really, really happy to be up in the store and to join you.
Well, sure. Thanks for
you
asking.
And Jerry. Jerry didn't want to shoot with me today. I'm sad.
That's all right. It's one of those days.
Hey, Jerry, I'm talking about you.
You'll be back.
I was reading somewhere the store was founded in 1959. Is that right?
Yeah, our stepdad Bob Yeager opened the shop up in '59 after he was done working over at Drum City. He got upset with the owner at the time, and Remo Belli was working there at the time also. So Remo left Drum City and created obviously the Remo plastic drum heads. And I started from there, and then Bob decided to come over here across the street from the Union.
Yeah.
Open up the store, and all the cats loved to hang out with Bob. He was the main guy. Chuck Molinari was the manager over at Drum City, and he knew the ins and outs of the business, so he helped Bob with that. Bob was like the social type guy, and everybody just dug him, and he dug everyone else, that type of thing. He took care of everyone. From Max Roach, Buddy Rich.
I read some of those names, yeah. Shelly
Manne. And that's how it all kind of started, and everybody just kind of come over here and just been going ever since.
There he is, the guy to what would be your right. That's Jerry, one of the owners of the store. Jerry, wave to the people if you will.
What? Owner? Ah!
Would you introduce the other gentleman for me?
Simon Hancock.
Hello.
Hey, Simon.
Our main man on the floor.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Thank you, guys. Did you grow up here in the store?
We did. My mom was dating Bob at the time, back in, I would say 66, 65, in that era, and they hit it off real well. Jerry and I started hanging out in the store in 67. I was 12, Jerry was 9, and we just started working on Saturdays for $1 an hour, and just cleaning up the toilets and cleaning drums up, and you know, I started to take my drum lessons at that time on Saturdays, and then I take a lesson here, and then we go back to work.
Wow. So you and Jerry are actual drummers, not just merchants?
I am. Jerry was playing saxophone, guitar, whatever they threw in front of him, he took it. He did. But I studied drums for a long time. But Pete Magadini was my teacher at the time.
Wow. You know, we noticed one thing over the years. You guys, you never did electronics. We noticed that.
We tried to give it a shot. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, when the Lynn machine first popped out, things were getting a little slow here because everybody was all worried about, drummers were worried about not having the electronics, so electronic sales were going that way rather than towards acoustic drums. So it was a downtime for us, so we gave it a shot. Lost our ass because we did the Simmons drums and then sat here for about 4 months, and then before you know it, the new Simmons drums is out. Cheaper, better, faster, everything else. So we're stuck with that thing. So we said, you know what, that ain't for us. So we just left it at that.
Tell me the story I heard one time of Jim Keltner, a good friend. Jim Keltner bought one of the Beatles. And you ever heard that story?
Oh yeah, that was...
what was that?
That's right. Who the hell was that that brought it in, Jerry? Who was that?
Who was that?
The Beatles?
Oh, George Harrison.
George,
wow.
I think of his damn name, I'm losing my mind. So yeah, Jim called up, says, hey, I got George Harrison. Are you guys going to stay open just a few extra minutes longer? And we said, yeah, sure, bring him down. Bob was here. And before that, you know, we had some credit card problems. Jerry took a credit card from Neil Diamond. And back in those days, you know, you get bad credit cards all the time, so we had to call it in physically, you know. And then Jerry called it in. The guy goes, yeah, that card is good, no problem. It's Neil Diamond and all that. Is he there? You go, yes, he is. And then later on that afternoon, in comes Jim with George. He's buying some presents for Ringo. So it came all together, you know, and Bob initially before that said, I don't care who it is, you make sure you call the credit card in. Always. So I said, okay. So sure enough, Bob's walking around with George, introducing everybody and this and that. He was a super nice guy, it was fun. And then all of a sudden George grabs up like $98 worth of stuff for Ringo. And he hands Bob a credit card. So now Jerry and I are waiting, well, are you going to call that one in, or you know, where are you going with this one? He didn't call it in, and after that, he never gave us any crap about calling in cards anymore.
As Pancho Sanchez celebrating 25 years as a band leader with his new CD, Do It. Gail Anderson, Gail, get this. Check out your video monitor right there. You ready? I'm ready.
Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Stop. Pancho. Carlos has taped his
Ready to go.
Honey. Oh, I'm scared. You know what? Let's. We're here at Professional Drum Shop. Somebody's talking about here voices. Professional Drum Shop with Pancho Sanchez and his Latin Jazz Band, and we're with his students. We're all students. Brand new CD, Do It. Now, Carlos has one of your drums, a Remo drum. You've been playing Remo. Let's see what he's got. Let's see. You go ahead. You guys talk here. Go ahead. Oh no! What happened to them? Oh, tape it. No, you're playing the wrong thing. Oh,
We're
no.
trying. Play the wrong thing. Be careful. I grow my beard out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna let you play us out of here now. You're magnificent to do this with us this morning, and you're great. And I got tape, but I can't play. But I'm gonna get out the way. I'm going over here with the students again. Pancho Sanchez, do it.
Crank it up.
everybody's been in here. This is one of those places that if walls could talk, huh?
Oh, absolutely. You name it. I mean, all the special drum sets that were built by Howie Oliver for Hal Blaine, that great monster kit. That was Howie that did all that work through Al Blameyer shells. But all styles, from LA Philharmonic to Green Day to Max Roach.
Hey Stan, so how much is this drum? I was like, yo, bro, come on, Stan, man. Jerry, I mean, without missing a beat, you looked at Jerry, hey, and Jerry goes, yeah, man, let me check the calendar over here. Oh yeah, right here. What's today? Such and such a day. Oh yeah, right here. Oh yeah, it says Hurt a Brother Day.
Hi, Stan here from ProDrumShop.com, Stan's Corner. Tips for the day. The Ludwig P85 throw-off, which is on thousands of drums out there. It has a habit of getting hung up once in a while in that area there. The best thing to do is don't use WD-40 number 1, any 3-in-1 oil or any other oil. You come in, you hit that little square right there. One there, and boom. It'll give you more life, it'll last a lot longer that way, and you won't have to just run out and buy another one before it starts bending up. Remember, you still got to practice. Stan at ProDrumShop.com. Look, I told you many times, it's not about the drum itself. What you got to do, you got to go home and practice, for Christ's sakes. All this drum stuff, the sounds and everything mean nothing. You have to practice. Come on, let's go.
Okay, fine. Just, what is it? Fix my drum.
What about the store becoming a landmark? Anybody saying that around these days?
Yeah, everybody talks about it. Everybody that comes in here, because we kind of kept everything all the same.
Yeah.
We saw how Bob did it, how he treated the people. You know, everybody's equal. It doesn't matter who you are, Buddy Rich or some other guy out trying to make a $50 gig that night.
Yeah.
Treated everyone the same. So that has always stuck with us. With all the 8x10 photos we have up here, it is a landmark in itself, actually.
Yeah, it should be.
We're still doing well. We're having another big year. So as long as we keep cooking here, we'll be here.
Well, let me say thank you.
You guys.
Thank you for letting me come in.
Oh, my pleasure.
What a business and what a friend you've been to myself over the quite a few years now, and they went
30.
fast.
Yeah, they
Would
did.
you help us say bye to the fans?
See you later. Keep drumming.
I mean, if these walls could talk, holy mackerel, we'd all go to jail.